The Texas Goat Radio Show. I'm your host, Matorius. This is part 9 of the 1775 live stream of Owen Benjamin.
And it's like, so a lot of people want views by starting shit with me, and then my people come to defend me, right? That's why I tell people not to do that. If you want to do that, that's your prerogative. But it's a waste of time, and I don't want to waste your time. You should be out there crushing. I don't want my people wasting one fucking second of their life. I used to feel that way. I used to be like, all bears on deck. We go to war. Someone's attacking me on Twitter, and we blast people. I don't do that at all anymore. I want you to have...
He doesn't do that anymore, at least openly. I honestly think he still does that, but not as publicly as he used to, because people called him out on it as something that cults do. Scientology, one of the biggest well-known cults in the world, does just that. And most cults do.
Families, work hard at your jobs. You know, like, do your own thing. I love doing long videos because you can listen to this while you're doing other shit, but I don't want you wasting, I don't want your cortisol going up. I don't want you getting mad. I don't want you having to bicker with any of these little animals. All right? So it's like, they want you to do that. If their YouTube channel's failing, their last-ditch effort is start a fucking fight with me. All right, okay, let's check out Project George Speed, because I tried something new with Squirtus. The Gamma...
This is... He's so delusional that he doesn't even know... He can't see the hypocrisy in what he just said and what he's doing. Because he just said that he doesn't do that anymore. He doesn't send bears after people anymore. And then now he's going to tell you how he just recently did that.
I told people not to attack him, but to feed his ego. And it's become one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Duke of Grunge. Do you guys know about the Duke situation we have going on? I love the long streams, appreciate the weekend streams.
He's doing the same thing. He just calls it differently. The hypocrisy is insane.
Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to listen to. Now that I'm probably not going to be listening to Paul anymore, it's like, dude, it's so slim pickings, man. You know, Gardner's got an uplifting stream. Barnett's got an uplifting stream. Crow's got gravy. But, like, dude, Quantum recently said, even if it's real, it's fake.
At this point, it is almost I don't want to say scarlet letter, but to be pushed, but to be, what's the word I'm looking for? To be... not publicized, to be backed by Owen is not a good thing in my opinion. It's not. And so it's a good thing to see people like Paul Pockets of the Future and Curtis Stone to publicly I don't want to say condemn, but judge for sure. Condemn not in a religious sense, but just to say no. He is a dangerous predatory cult leader, and I'm not affiliated with him anymore. That's a good thing.
I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, the whole thing is based on the premise that everything's fake, trying to fuck with you, trying to ruin you, and everyone else is a fool, but we're like the special boys. I'm like, dude,
That's exactly what Owen does. And he's doing it in this live stream. Everybody's wrong. I'm right. There is no prophet of God. People don't talk to God. God don't talk to other people. Oh, and then he read a chat, a comment where somebody said, God talks to the bears through synchronicities. He's like, okay, so there's no prophets of God out there. God doesn't talk to anybody, but he does talk to the bears through in any way. Dangerous, predatory cult leader.
And I much love to all these people, but I just can't do it. Yeah, Paul just did a 5-hour fucking stream about me. Oh God, he has a wife and shit. Like, it's like, dude, oh, how dare you? You did. I do this. It's not. I don't just get on an obsession and do a 5-hour stream because of one god. He started the fucking fight. Dude, I love Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland. Okay, for those of you that think I'm a hater and I don't like celebrities, Sean Strickland and who else do I love? Dude, I just tweeted about him. Chuck Norris. I think Chuck Norris was the last celebrity.
If it would make my stomach turn if this guy was like, oh, I like this dude, and he was talking about me. Cease and desist letters immediately. Yeah, don't mention my name. Don't do that. No.
That deserves to be a celebrity. Chuck Norris legitimately is the man. He's like super tough, great action star, was in the Air Force, huge.
How many push-ups can Chuck Norris do? All of them.
Family, same wife his whole life, giant compound, loves gut health. Swear to God, I'm a huge Chuck Norris fan. Sean Strickland is fucking hysterical. Hysterical. Sean Strickland was getting interviewed by an Asian chick, and he goes, yo, you gotta teach me some Chinese. He goes, how do I say, make my iPhone? You don't eat unless you make iPhone. Khabib, dude, yeah, but Khabib doesn't really do a lot of interviews. Khabib, I like a lot of fighters. I like fighters because they're so clearly authentic. You can't fake it. Fighters, Norm Macdonald was great. Comedy has no heroes right now. I mean, famous guys that are solid. I mean,
comedy has no heroes right now. There's a couple of new ones. I can't think of their name. There's one of them that does a lot of crowd work is what he does, but he's just genuinely funny and he's like a people person. I can't think of his name, but there's let's see, Shane Gillis, Mark Norman, and I've mentioned this podcast a lot, but Kill Tony. Owen has no idea what he's talking about. He's not even a comedian anymore. I do want to say, I'm not going to pay for it. I mean, I will if I absolutely have to. I don't think I'm going to have to, though. Like, it'll get out. But I do want to watch his special because I was talking, and I might pay for it. I don't know. I was talking to my wife about it last night. I think it's going to be hilarious, but not in the intentional way. Not in the way that he wants it to be.
You have, what's his name's really funny with the baby face from Notre Dame? I always forget his name. He's fun. He's legitimately funny, but he's not like a hero. He's not like the man. He's just a funny comedian. Same with Nate Bargatze. He's a funny comedian. But they're not like legends. They shouldn't be celebrities. They're fucking funny. Chuck Norris is the fucking man.
What kind of passive-aggressive comment is that? A dude who kind of got famous for being a comedian. He was like, no, they shouldn't be famous. They're just funny. He's like the emotionally stunted child in the school playground that nobody wants to play with, so he just sits over there and just bitterly talks crap about everybody. What a strange thing to say from a former Hollywood comedian. They shouldn't be famous. They're just funny.
So is Sean Strickland, legend, dude. And Khabib. It's all about saying true shit. As soon as the first interview of the Ginger South of Candyland said that diversity is our strength and shit, I'm like, fuck off. So you've been waiting your whole life and struggling, and now you got an interview and you're going to say diversity is our strength? By the way, it turns out that Ginger, his uncle is the lawyer for Joe Rogan. Like, he's not a hick at all. It's all fake. Someone did a lot of research on this. Would you guys like to hear it? Big Bear was right again. A lot of people are starting to see that I was totally right about Crowder too. Check this out. So turns out that Pearl's this crazy lady on her name's Pearl something, but she's always doing feminist shit, but she's always on the internet fighting with men. His beard is probably glued on, yeah. Turns out that Pearl's so-called leaks is coming from deposition Steven Crowder and his lawyer conducted with live-in nanny for Hillary at the time. I have a copy of the deposition. However, that's not the best part. Here's the best part. Mr. Christian, Mr. Traditional Conservative, Mr. Homosexuals are going to hell, hired an LGBT law firm to help him take his twins away from his stay-at-home ex-wife. Dude, it's some dark-ass shit, man. That King Solomon parable is so true, where it's like two women fighting over a baby. The one that wants to cut it in half should not. The one that was willing to give up the child so it doesn't get cut in half should get the child. To pull a child away from their mother because of your ego, you're the last person that should be having that child. His lawyer's name is Michelle O'Neill. Here's a link. LGBT law firm representing Crowder. LGBT Texas Family Law. Literally, it's LGBT Texas Family Law. Now you have to ask yourself, why would a Christian, traditional, anti-LGBT conservative hire a lawyer from the LGBT law firm? Where's in? Well, I think Crowder's gay as fuck.
This is one of the interesting things, is because he double speaks so much that in his house of cards is collapsing on himself. Not to mention that he himself, Owen Benjamin, had a podcast or a live stream not too long ago where he swore to God multiple times that he has never even kissed a guy, to the point to where it was just awkward. Okay, so having said that, and what he's accusing Steven Crowder of being, remember whenever Owen said that he was alpha over Owen and he loved it. And so if they're true now, it was true back then.
Check this out. Christopher Lunsford, a.k.a. Oliver Anthony, is the nephew of an Atlanta-based entertainment lawyer and artist manager that has previously worked on high-profile hip-hop and country acts such as Outkast and Dolly Parton. J. Rogers Lunsford III. In fact, is the same lawyer that filed for trademark protection on behalf of Christopher Anthony Lunsford with the U.S. Trademark Office for rich men north of Richmond. This proves that Oliver Anthony is not simply a guy that got lucky going viral and a former member of the working poor, but rather an industry plant with high-profile establishment connections in the music and entertainment business, which leads to his success. Anthony's uncle has also done intellectual property work for Joe Rogan, hence the connection. This isn't some hillbilly with a well-connected musician with an establishment team at blah, blah, blah. Okay, everyone gets it. So, but of course, yeah, Pearl is a dumb MRA chick who said women shouldn't be married if they're not virgins, but isn't married as well. I just keep telling her to get off the internet on Twitter. And people just keep, like, I keeps getting like 100 likes. Like, she'll say something, I just go, get off the internet, Pearl. I go, you should do a segment called.
So he does. Even that, he stole that from Rogan because Rogan told him that. There's no original thought. Yeah, and he gets 100 likes. 70,000 people watch him, is what he claims. But he gets 100 likes on Twitter.
Pearl clutching, where you tell men how to be better conservatives as a woman. I've given up trying to doubt you, Big Bear. Batting 1,000, your pattern recognition is unparalleled. Well, I'm pretty damn good, but one thing you'll...
That's the echo chamber. He claims that he doesn't ban people for negative comments, but here's the situation. There was a guy that went on the Made by Jim Bob show podcast, and he was a current bear. And he said himself that whenever he hopped into the chat, he said something and was immediately put in timeout. Immediately. And so freedom of speech does not reign in the realm of Owen Benjamin. And I think he's said that multiple times. And so whenever you tell your people, because he's open and honest, he'll tell you, he'll call it a high trust community. But his definition from his own mouth, from the horse's mouth, high trust community means shut up whenever I tell you to shut up. And in his exact words, he said, shut the F up. Because if I can't trust you to shut the F up on the internet, then there's no way I can trust you in real life. That's high trust community. And then he claims that, oh, no, yeah, everybody's just good. No, they're just obedient, because that's what cults do. Cult leaders do that to their cult members. And just a friendly reminder, he tells you that you're gay, you feel gay, and then you pay him. And yet there's grown men and women out there defending this type of behavior. It's because of the bear goggles. They see a celebrity and they want to be close to it. Is my opinion is probably one of the reasons why he gets away with what he gets away with, because he'll condemn Babylon, Hollywood, but then constantly remind you. Like he said earlier, I've been over to Jennifer Aniston's house. There's no reason to say that. It's like preaching against promiscuity and then bragging about all of your accolades. It doesn't make any sense. Unless, of course, you're disingenuous with it and you don't really mean what you're saying at all.
Never hear me say is that God's telling me to say it, because I'm not fucking insane. Speaking of insane, check out some of Operation Short Speed. Okay, these are funny. So somebody said, you, my friend, are the king of Canada.
Speaking of insane, let me tell you how we're acting insane. With the Bear Intelligence Group, Toronto Jew Bear, the leader of the big.
That's so...
I wonder how much gay Toronto Jew Bear has paid away to his big, because his big. If you're a bear, you have a bear name and you participate in this bear cult, Owen Benjamin is your big. That's what that means, because his bear name is big. And so he's big, you're small. He calls you gay, you feel gay, and then you pay him. That's in his own words. He literally said that in this live stream. I call you gay, you feel gay, and you pay me. And you still support him. Crazy.
Genius. LOL, I know, right? A handsome one at that. The W hair design is crushing. Oh yes, we worship you, Curtis. He totally falls for it too. He can't tell the difference. This is genius. The other night I turned on one of your videos, Squirtus, after my kids finally went to sleep. My wife heard the intro music from the kitchen and immediately flashed bedroom eyes. As we watched the video, she snuggled closer and closer until we started to chill. At the pinnacle of ecstasy, she grabbed the back of my neck and screamed, "I need your seed in my planting box, Curtis." I was a bit taken aback by her saying your name, but we haven't been this intimate in years. Thanks for fixing my marriage, brother, which years of counseling failed to do. When you were pointing out at that tree line, your power hands were showing. Always firm, never limp. You could handle that jackhammer without Daryl's help if you wanted to, brother. This one's a little more subtle, but it's totally slipped under the rail. Holy F, as you have panned around the pond, how could anyone not see how off-grid crushing it you really are doing? Me and my girlfriend will be reaching out soon to buy our second property. She convinced me to start looking at the Kelowna area. She said you look like you'd be fun to have a beer with. I agree. This video is pure gravy. Man, how the hell do you know all this stuff? Asking for my girlfriend. Dude, he's into it. He wants to be the big boy. You're such a legend. Have you ever thought about
The way he wants to be...
running for office? I'd definitely vote for you. Awesome life. Big Bear debate worked perfect for you. By the way, this video has a total of 3,000 views on YouTube. He thought he was going to destroy you. Backfired big time. Check this out. Oh, dude, this one just made me laugh my ass off. Someone just pointed out, okay, so Squirtus Stone charges $500 an hour to consult with him about where to buy a homestead. Dude, I just see this comment because I don't watch his videos anymore or read his comments or anything. I was dying laughing. Is it just me, or did you buy the worst land to build a farm on? Dude, he had to dig like 1,000-foot well. He bought a homestead on the top of a fucking rocky mountain. Someone said, tell that to the Japanese, one of the most productive type of agriculture called out of mountain faces. Yeah, Japan might be limited on choice as an island nation, but I feel like Canada could have some more flat options. Dude, Squirtus built on this rocky, shitty mountain. Dude, he could
What is Bertaria built on? Oh, yeah. Lies and deceit. Manipulation and abuse. Huh. A mountaintop? Or dangerous predatory cult behavior? I don't think that's a tough decision to make. This is the Texas Goat Radio Show, and I'm your host, Matorius. As always, till next time.